Hello everyone, this is Alex Kennedy back for the last video. So now we will put into practice a IV short or slash IV intermittent infusion example to kind of tie everything together. So again, say we have an IV intermittent infusion being given where our K0 is 75 milligrams an hour, our tau is 12 hours, our T infusion is set at an hour, and our volume of distribution is 25 liters. So there's one key principle I wanted to bring up. This is just more for a reference. So say we have our K0, but you would want to know, what is our dose being given? And you're like, well, I don't know what the dose is. Well, actually we do, because if we remember, dose is simply equal to our K0 times our T infusion, because it's milligrams per hour times hour, and it's milligrams. So in this case, our dose would be our 75 milligrams per hour times an hour to get 75 milligrams. Again, that's just a reference. There, note if you ever asked a dose in this type of problem, how you would get it. So then say we were first asked to write an equation for a CP max. As we've already alluded to, CP max is K0 over KVD times 1 minus E to the negative K T infusion. Because again, our infusion time, that'll be our max concentration before we enter falling phase. And again, since we're not in falling phase, that E to the negative K T minus T infusion doesn't apply yet. So if we take in all the values that we know, our K0 is at 75 milligrams an hour. K isn't given, so that would be something if, again, we would eventually be given a problem. I'm just using it as this is an example, but in an actual problem, we would fully have the K already. Our 25 liters for volume distribution will go here, 1 minus E to the negative K, whatever that value is, times our T infusion of an hour. So again, that would be our setup for the equation to get our CP max. So then, if we wanted to get our CP min, again, remember, that is our CP max times E to the negative K T minus T infusion, which again, we can write out fully like this, K0 over KVD times 1 minus E to the negative K T infusion. Again, that together is our CP max times our E to the negative K T minus T infusion. So then, all right, so that, make that a little clearer, maybe. Yeah, it's better. So anyways, so if we plug in our values again, it would be the 75 for K0, 25 for volume distribution, 1 hour for our T infusion. And then for our E to the negative K T minus T infusion, again, we know because it's min, T is tau. So tau is 12 hours minus T infusion of an hour. So that would be our equation to write for our minimum equation, CP min equation. So then say we're asked to calculate our CP steady state max and CP steady state min. Again, if we remember, it would be these above equations plus our steady state function, which again, we've already said is 1 all over 1 minus E to negative K tau. So using that for our CP max, it would simply be, again, our 75 milligrams per hour, volume distribution, T infusion of an hour. And again, our steady state should be 1 over 1 minus E to the negative K times our tau, 12 hours. And CP min, again, our CP max part here, our E to the negative K tau minus T infusion over the 1 over 1 minus E to the negative K times tau. And that's the biggest keys here. Again, you could use the multiple dosing factor to get to an additional dose. If you wanted to know the dose of the concentration at a time before the T infusion is reached, you could replace this with a different time here. If you want to know a time in falling phase before tau is reached, you would just replace that to here. But again, we're not going to go into those here because in actuality, in practice, the biggest things to know are how to get your initial dose and then use that to get your steady state maximum. Because what we know is, if we remember, our therapeutic window is basically based on our steady state concentration. So in practice, knowing how to get to our steady state maximum and comparing them to our therapeutic window to see if we're in range or not is really the biggest thing. The rest of the stuff in practice just isn't super applicable to really go over. So again, I hope that was very helpful. Thank you for taking the time to watch.